And we're live.
Hello.
Hello. It's been a week. It does not feel like a week, but
Never.
It has been a week.
Never.
The time is dead. But we are excited to be back at you with another stream. Today we're going to be covering what we put out this week, which was my setup will be kind to me.
Okay.
Megan Gilmore, Detoxinista. So she was around for a while.
Yes.
Right.
So she's been food blogging for at least 10 years.
Pre-vlog,
Oh yeah.
all
like,
the
as you like to
influencers,
say,
yeah.
the OG,
Yeah.
one of the OG food bloggers. Yeah. Which is why you can see her Facebook followers are her highest count because that's what people did, you know.
Yeah.
So
her MySpace.
Oh my word. Oh my. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so you can see that that's the case.
Yeah.
But so the food blogging space is huge. Like recipe blogging, it's a big space.
Yeah.
So some of the things that make her unique, she does gluten-free recipes, which is huge.
That's a good space to be in.
Oh yeah, which lots of people are into that. And her mission is to make them taste as good as you want them to, and also not like destroy your body. So, anyway, so that's her, I don't know, platform. Yeah, that's her platform is gluten-free food blogging. And let's see. Oh, so you know, I was talking about this earlier. I feel like a lot of the influencers, they say the same things, right? Like the more I read and listen to their podcasts and everything, a lot of them say the same stuff. And I was like, well, that's because that's what works.
What's worked.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly it works.
It works if they're all saying it, then that's what you pay attention to. And one of her main things is you just practice until you get better. And so the next slide is one that she talks about her photography and the evolution of it. And so today the space is so saturated that you really have to
stand out,
learn this, but you don't have to be professional. You just start where you are and then keep getting better. So you can see here from 2010, it's just, here this is on the counter, you know.
That doesn't look too appetizing.
No, and then 6 years later, look how far she's come.
Even the progression from 2011 to 2013 is pretty impressive.
It's a lot better. Yeah, I know, it doesn't really look like something you'd want to eat at all.
Yeah.
So, and you know, she talks about different backgrounds you can use and just different.
Well, it's endurance, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just mental endurance. Like you're not going to start out and immediately blow up and have a million subscribers. I mean, I say subscribers because we talk majority of YouTube, followers, whatever it is that you're looking for. But the fact that all of these influencers stressed, like I was doing this at a small scale for a long time before
I got here.
I got big, and I was doing other things on top of it, right?
Sure.
You don't want to go out, quit your day job, and just hope you go viral, right? I mean, it happens to some people, and it's great,
risky.
But it's the lottery, right?
Right.
It favors these people who have the mental endurance to continue doing something that maybe they're not seeing immediate profits off of, whether that's their following count or their monetary gain from their channel, right?
Like that old saying, it's a marathon, not a
Exactly.
sprint.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, and Rachel Bennett, that we talked about last week from the Ohana Adventure, she says in one of the podcast interviews I listened to from her, Rachel says, nobody huge gave me a shout out. She's like, this was all us. This was all our work. We never got this huge break from a huge influencer. And I think a lot of people think, oh, if I could just get this famous person to have all their followers notice me. And she's like, that's not the reality, you know?
Realistic.
I mean, maybe you might get super lucky, but usually it's your work.
Yeah.
And even if they do, let's say they do, and then people go to whatever and you've got one video, you're not going to have a lot of bounce back.
No.
So anyway, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and it does end up being collaborative, right? Once you get up to the point where you have the interesting content.
Yeah.
That's engaging enough content.
Yeah.
Anyways, interesting content that's engaging enough that you can push followers to it. You can also push followers to other people.
Yeah.
And that's when the dialogue starts coming with, hey, we should feature your stuff on mine, and I'll feature, it's collaborative, right?
But you've got to be ready.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to be ready.
You have to be able to be in the space at that scale, right?
Right.
But yeah, so she's really cool. I mean, I was seeing some of her stuff, and she wrote a book. Yeah.
So she has 3 books, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, and so what's super interesting is she talks about how her books themselves, like she says, just plan on writing for free. If you're gonna write books, plan on doing it for free. And then every time you get a paycheck, it's just this happy surprise. But they really can boost your brand. And she also says that by writing books, she gets more online followers, which is kind of an out of the way or out of the box way to monetize. Is
Sneakernet,
that
right? It's not.
Is what?
It's Sneakernet. It's offline.
Yeah, right. Well, she says, people looking for recipe books in Barnes and Noble or wherever people buy books these days. I don't know, even on Amazon, if you're searching recipe books, people that otherwise wouldn't know who she is, they find the book and then they go to her blog, and then it's a double win.
Yeah.
Because you do get the book sale, but then you also have another follower that keeps coming back, and then that helps your blog revenue increase. So
yeah, that is a really.
So she has 3. So
that's a lot of books.
There's the next slide shows those. Yeah. So
she does have a very cohesive image with them too.
Yeah. Yeah, and she talks about waiting for the right fit, and this is with her books. So she had been blogging for years and had a lot of different huge publishing companies come to her and say, hey, we want to publish a book. And she said she just brushed them all off because she never quite felt the right dynamic with those people, or she just wasn't feeling it. Just wasn't feeling it altogether. And then an agent approached her, and when she researched that agent better, he was in the food blogging space. Like that was his specialty. And so she finally talked to him, and they did the book deal, and then she ended up selling 4,000 copies of her very first book.
Yeah.
Which, she's like, plan on doing it for free, but then it went huge, and she said everyone was shocked.
Yeah.
But if she had not waited for the right fit, it might not have
with the right people.
Yeah,
too.
might not have been that way. So I feel like people are just so overnight. If this doesn't work overnight, I'm not doing it.
Right.
But it's just not the reality.
Well, that's why I like. That's why I like her story, right?
Yeah.
She's been doing it since
2010.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But
since you were
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's just she kept going and doing the same thing, and it's got to be something that you love, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want to just be doing it for free and not feeling like I was getting anything out of it. I mean, she clearly enjoys cooking.
Yeah. Well, that's another one of those things that all the influencers say, if you don't like it, we promise nobody else will either. If you're bored, you're not going to get anyone to watch you.
It's not fun watching someone who doesn't like what they're doing, right?
Sure. So
you can be an influencer for pretty much anything, but it's picking the right thing to be an influencer of.
Right. Well, you just have to care about it.
Exactly.
Instead of, if it's something that someone else made huge, and then you think, well, if they're big on that, I can do it too. Maybe that's their passion and it's not yours. It's not going to work for you.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't become a cooking...
A food blogger or a food influencer.
My Totino's pizzas are screaming from my freezer. But so he has a really cool story. Yeah. Is that all you got?
I think so. Amazon. That's right. We wanted to talk about how she uses Amazon links, which any forced sale, it feels forced. And people see that, right?
Yeah.
So if you've just got, hey, buy my stuff, you're not going to get very far. So she's just really good at naturally putting them into her posts where they fit.
Yeah.
It's like first she writes the content, and then it's like, oh, an Amazon link could go here, but she doesn't create it around them. And then in your recipe, she'll link to things like maybe natural sea salt, things that you might order from Amazon. But none of it screams like, hey, buy my stuff.
Buy my sponsored stuff.
Yeah, make me money.
Well, I mean, in the nature of the cookbook, it's already here's a step-by-step on what you can do.
Yeah.
This is what I've been using, right?
Right.
That's very natural.
Well, you've got your ingredient list anyway. You
exactly.
have to have that.
Yeah.
So it's super natural, and she's really good at just working those in without them seeming like scammy sales links,
Yeah.
So
for sure.
But yeah, I think that was the only other thing. But yeah.
Nice. Well, I think that the Amazon stuff's really cool. we're gonna talk real quick about what we've done this week content-wise. If you haven't seen yet, you should go check out our quick links video. So those of you that have used social media already have probably noticed that it is very hard to get links to external places on your social media. So like with Instagram, you get a link in your bio. You can't put a link anywhere else. They do not want you off of their platform,
right?
Which is fine if you're only on Instagram, but diversity across platforms is really important for building your following, right? Because some people might not be on Instagram, and you kind of just want to reach people where they're at. So we've developed a way that you can very easily utilize that one link in your Instagram bio or in a Facebook post or wherever. Pull up a page in the app still, so it's not tearing them away. They're still in kind of the environment that they're used to, and just have all of your information. You can have your Twitter, your Instagram, and it's very customizable. Pretty easy too. So you should go check out those videos.
Well, it's amazing too because like Facebook, you can post a link on every post if you want to, right?
Yeah.
But no one's gonna search through your whole feed. No one's gonna scroll that. So this is just all
it's
in one
a very
place.
consolidated, dense. Essentially, it's a website.
It's awesome,
right? But it's just one page. It's everything that people need. Exactly. I don't have to Google you and click to your pages, whatever. It's very.
I think we're kind of underplaying this. Like this is a big deal. This is a big deal. I'm so excited about it because on Instagram especially, it's frustrating. And then it's like link in my bio. Well, then if the link goes to someone's website, then you got to search the website. Where's this post? Where but this is just like you can link to any page you want.
Well, and it's great for affiliate stuff too.
Oh, sure.
I mean, like people will put their gear in their kind of page like that, right? Like,
their
hey,
merch.
come get my sick clothing line, right? Or it could not even be that. It could just be like, this is the equipment I use to stream. This is what I use for cooking, right? It's just somewhere else that you can put your links out there so people will just use them.
Yeah, an Etsy shop,
exactly.
Amazon store, whatever.
You have a physical location.
This is awesome.
In the videos that I put out, one of the examples was, hey, this link right here will redirect to Google Maps. Find us and come check out our bakery, right? But
basically, you just take the work away from someone. And you don't want to make it hard for people to find you, and this just takes that away. It makes it so easy.
Yeah. And the greatest selling point is with your existing Elite Influencing subscription, it is free. So also it's if you have a domain, it's through your domain.
Yeah.
So there are some companies out there that do similar things for a pretty hefty price, right? And if Instagram decides one day that they no longer want these websites to be accessible because it's taking people away from their platform, they just ban all the domains of that website.
Yeah.
Can't do that if you have your own domain.
Right. Yeah.
So
you own it.
Just another
you own it, you
cool
customize it.
Yeah. And you can put whatever you want on there. So definitely go check those out because we are going to be pushing those a lot. But I think that's going to be it for us this week. Definitely come check us out again next Friday, same time. We're still very interested in your comments. I got to make sure that I didn't miss anything. I kind of scuffed my setup over here. Okay, we are good to go. So it's been fun. Let us know if you have any questions. We have our forum on our site. We'd love an email from you. Kind of let us know what content you want covered. And other than that, we'll see you next week.
Have a good weekend.
See ya.
Bye.